Huh? It's quite clear that the roof has decided to just give it up. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're here at the ranch on this lovely, lovely fall late afternoon. And it's time to start addressing this. I'd call it an elephant in the room, but mostly it's just an extension that's fallen down. We need to help it on its path. It's got to come down. It's been trying to come down. Whew. Don't know when it was put in. All I know is it wasn't put in very well. So I was starting to gut the interior of the house, and then I realized I should change my trajectory. I've got good weather for right now, unusually late in the season. So if I can get this down, then I can get the roof kind of patched up temporarily. I can gut all winter if I have to. So we'll go take a look inside. There's old plywood flooring in there, underlayment that's completely rotten off. This stuff that looks like a sponge is what should be holding up this wall of the house, because the foundation and the sill plate and foundation are right there. It's pretty bad, and once this is off, we're going to need to put framing up in here just to support this so we can rebuild this wall and everything below it. Our plans are to extend this room out this way anyway. We'll look at that outside here in a second. It's doing anything, it's directing water in toward the house and giving termites and creatures and all sorts of stuff a place to live. You can see the original roof line right here. They just tagged on to the end of it. It's really hard to tell what started the problem, but it was shingled, and then I guess they threw some metal roofing on it when it started leaking, and that was all a couple decades ago. Looks like there was some hardwood out here at some point. I don't know. The way the house is set up, we've got this concrete slab. Water runs downhill into the side of the extension that's falling down. Anything that doesn't go into that and rot it from the bottom will go around and then catch the next foundation walls. Because we have to rebuild all this roof anyway, I think the best thing to do is probably just extend the foundation straight out and make this a rectangle. That way all the watershed that comes off this way runs downhill away from the property, and that should take care of a significant handful of design flaws when all of these additions were haphazardly put on. Huh? Huh? Heater, fan, cat cages, buckets. I guess that was probably collecting water. Kiddie pool, that was probably collecting water. Does look like they dug it out a little bit, so that's good news, because we're gonna have to dig it out the rest of the way. See a little bit of a foundation wall over there. Boy howdy, this is gonna be interesting. Oh, the hesitation. This just feels like a full day project. Probably because it's a full day project. We should do this first thing in the morning. This is me being slightly smarter than I might have been 2 minutes ago. Good morning, everybody. It's gonna be a big day here today. The sun is just coming up and this extension is coming down. Get our hoses out of the way and pull the mini excavator out. Never done this before. I'm excited about it. I'm a little nervous. Yeah, I can't wait to see how this foundation is really built, and honestly, I'm more interested in the foundation on the actual house, not this extension, but like the original foundation for the house. Take a look at it, see how we're going to extend it, how we're going to rebuild this whole thing. It's a lot of work, but I think the result will be way more better. Suppose it's worth taking one last look at from down yonder ways, because you can basically see how bad it's just collapsed. That one corner of the house, it's where the flue for the gas water heater went, and I believe it took a little bit of tree damage, and the combination of a hole in the roof plus a convergence of water, I think it's what rotted that corner of the house so bad. I wouldn't say the rest of the house is in great shape, but significantly mo better than that one corner. I'm always curious with the forensic, like what's bad work, what's bad luck, because it matters. You know, going back into it, understanding what caused the initial problem helps you avoid recreating said problem. Got 5 gallons of gas sitting around, put the bucket on last night. I think we're ready to go. Well, the plan of attack here is basically like Dr. Tongue's house of 3D stewardesses. Rip and tear, Bruno, rip and tear. I have almost no experience besides demolishing the lean-to, which... better than zero practice. Like, look how rotten all that is. That should be no surprise, but boy howdy, what a mess. I mean, obviously the concrete slab basically went right up to the sill plate, a couple inches, but with water runoff, it was getting soaked every time it rained hard. So we're gonna fix that. Wow, look at that. Look at that. Holy moly. This definitely feels way safer than doing it with the Sawzall and a sledgehammer, but that would have worked. Whew. Man, it's gonna be a lot to clean up. There is no doubt in my mind that was easier than a Sawzall and a hammer sledgehammer. Find a way to get the mini skid steer in to start pushing stuff out, because I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm gonna figure it out. I can feel it now. Bust out this wall, extend this room. It'll suddenly be so bright and light. Put bigger windows back on that side, put a kitchen over here. Guys, the imagination with a project can go, ow, lamp. Heavy brass lamp. The imagination on a project can just go wild. The spider's still there. Gang, I'm so excited about this. It's kind of like ripping a Band-Aid off, finally. But it's more like ripping an extension off. I knew this had to happen, but I've been cogitating for months about order of operations, what's the best way to go about it, when should it happen relative to other things that need to happen, and then, now that it's just done, it's like, it's awesome. It's absolutely awesome. There's so many things I can do now. I mean, I could patch up that hole in the roof make the building watertight for now, work on the inside. I could start to dig the foundation. Clearly getting ahead of myself because I got to get rid of the extension still. We're making progress, and we've only been out here about an hour. So that's a really big deal. This tool's definitely coming in handy. See what we got going on. So there is a block foundation. I don't know if I should just try to pull the mini skid steer out here though and push everything just sort of into a pile for now. Technically we would want the pile. Doesn't really matter, does it? We're gonna have to move stuff a bunch anyway. Out of the way would be the best, wouldn't it? Out of the way is that way for now. This is actually going really fast. That's gonna stink to get into the dumpster, but hoping it can go around the far side there, which would technically now be the near side. So I'm inclined to just take this out with the mini skid steer, and that way I can scoop all this stuff out, get it out of the way, clean this area up, and then everything will be a little bit safer and more contained and all that jazz. And then we'll start maybe doing dumpster runs, because I don't want this stuff sitting around here forever. Pretty wild. Really excited. My brain can easily see how this could get built out very simply, cleaner, better. We are gonna have some crawl space digging to do. We got a thing for that. All right, I guess one last look at it. 6-inch block, I guess. Does not look very deep. I'm curious. We'll knock the block out and we'll see if there's a footing underneath it at all. We'll find out in about 30 seconds. Some interesting stuff going on. I dug down a bit. There's another row of block down there. I don't know if there's a concrete foundation underneath it, but they went deeper than I thought, that's for sure. It's fine. I need to dig this out anyway. This needs to be a deep enough crawl space for me to get into, because there's going to be plumbing in here. The kiddie pool has a sump pump in it, so that suggests that was the solution to catch the water damage that was coming clearly off this corner. But it's just super rotten. You know, we'll keep digging away at it. This is exciting. I mean, the tools are coming in handy for sure. I'm gonna have to keep the trash separate from the dirt, because we'll need the dirt to backfill some of these low areas. Feels like we're really doing something. It's pretty cool. So the more time I spend with it, communing with the property and the house and the structure, I feel weirdly less intimidated than more intimidated. It's not that far. We're talking about, what, 14 feet that we need to build an extension out. We're talking about a block foundation. It's things that I really can wrap my mind around. Some things I have the skill set for, some things I'm gonna need to learn, but it's interesting to be a one-man operation, to see this disaster and to feel like, yeah, I got it, I can do it. It's a good feeling. This is pretty incredible, gang. These machines are doing great. I'm in under 3 hours, easy. Really think I'm at 2. Now, granted, we got a lot of hard work to do to get this to a place that it's gonna, you know, leave the property. But if I'd done this by hand, it would have been a full day. No question about it. Even to move it from right here to right over there. The exciting part for me is assessing what we got going on. Obviously there was a big leak here, so there's a big pit we got to dig out. Maybe the excavator, maybe a shovel, we'll see. But I'm really curious to see how thick this concrete slab is, because it's got to go. And I'm also curious, I should get a glimpse here at least of part of the foundation. Again, it's super weird house. This is an extension, that's an extension. I feel like the original building that was added onto was basically a one-room shack, and that's not an exaggeration whatsoever, based on what we found along the way. For example, the exterior siding that's in this room and in this room here. So it was a very small house, maybe 400 square feet, something like that, as far as I can tell. That's grown, you know, many times over, and probably not right a single time. The root ball, I don't know, if you go to the way back machine, the first time I tried to use the skid steer was literally to clear leaves off this pad just as a practice run. And yeah, this is gonna be, there we go. Oh wow, that's a tree root right there. That's an angry worm. But that's a tree root from the tree that we removed from over there. And this looks like, I mean, I think it's in way too good a shape to really be like a 2-inch slab. Maybe I'll be wrong, but at first glance that looks like a 2-inch slab, which is, it's doing way better than it should be for just being 2 inches thick. That'd be great if it was, because it'll make it easier to remove. The next thing is, this is obviously shot, but what I noticed here, we're gonna have to dig in here and see how far back this wood fungus goes. I'm not worried about cutting this floor and just reframing, but you can see how shallow the crawl space is. We are currently in what I want to be the new kitchen, and so I'm gonna have plumbing, and I am inclined to get the crawl space dug out a little bit. So this particular foundation wall is supporting the load-bearing wall that holds the edge of the roof, but when we bring the roof out to here, that will no longer be a load-bearing wall. The load-bearing wall will be on the new foundation that will be in line with this right here. I know I could do slab on grade. A lot of you guys may think that, but I like being able to fix things without using a jackhammer. If I got a plumbing issue, I don't want to use a jackhammer. You know what I mean? But if I can crawl under there, as miserable as that is, it's better than options 2 and D. You know what I'm saying? All right, I think it's time to batten down the hatches for the night. We'll be back at it tomorrow morning. It's pretty great. Pretty great. Pretty great. It's a good feeling. Good feeling.